It's okay. Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind.
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube.
God bless you too.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
You are welcome to today's Sunday sermon, where we have our no holds bar session. Share this broadcast because it is also going to be an open mic. You can call in no time.
Maiyegun diary Politico. Godfatherism. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Igbe. Tell them.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Lórí Facebook,
Let's share this broadcast. Invite your friends, like I said. Invite your not so friendly friends. I'm doing the same. We are starting soon.
You will have to be laboring under a terrible delusion if you think he will do a better job for this nation than he did for Anambra State. Buyers, beware. A salesman selling a fake merchandise. Beware of people like Obi. My people, you cannot entrust your future or that of our nation to Mr. Said Everything, Atiku, or the stingy Mr. Obi.
Olu is about to sell NNPC again after Buhari sold it by privatizing it. We get talk. Thank you very much. I know it can be very annoying, Abi, especially if you are watching a replay and you are not watching it live. And those of you who are also new on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, we appreciate your congregation, okay? We appreciate that you are congregating with us in the temple of truth. But the difference between this platform and other platforms is that everything on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, right, is live. Therefore, it is like when you want to start a service, right? And you know that some people are going to be coming late and you need to give them time to get seated, relax, get into the whole program. The first 10 minutes of MaiyegunsDiary Politico is for all of us to get ready. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the description as well. If you fancy it, subscribe to my channel. Then like the broadcast. You can then jump straight into the comment section where you can begin to have a shit chat with other people. While Maiyegun continue to present as the GO of the Temple of Truth. Now, if this is your own first time of joining the Sunday sermon live on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, you are welcome. But there are some conditions you should know. These conditions are not to limit you or kind of anything, but they are just they are like caveat or caveat emptor. Buyers, beware. On Sunday sermon on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, this is where whenever we're supposed to call something red, we call it red. Do you understand? When it is black, it is black. When we see the thief, we call him or her a thief. When we see rogues and criminals, we call them what they are. Whether they are pastors or imam, whether they are old men or women, whether they are from your tribe or mine, on Sunday sermon, it is practically the moment where being politically correct is frowned upon. Do you understand? Like, for example, if you suddenly feel uncomfortable, that, okay, I mean, I don't feel comfortable the way you are talking. I mean, I understand that, you are trying to preach to people, but I don't like the way you are calling them. Why are you calling them names? Why are you abusing them? Now, that kind of being politically correct is frowned upon here. You are going to be the next person that they are going to tear apart in this on these streets. Okay? Now, that doesn't make us toxico. Listen to me. Because there are those who usually throw in, oh, I didn't know that this place is so toxic. Alaye, you will need to calm down or give yourself some sense. The people we are talking about are those who have actually wrecked the lives of ordinary people in Nigeria in millions. Others have died. Others are walking corpses. The increased poverty in Nigeria, increased insecurity in Nigeria, corruption, oppression, and the rest that are happening in Nigeria today. The characters behind them, they are more vicious, they are more deadlier, they are more toxic. And those are the people we are talking about. And we can use any language we want when we are addressing them. Now, if you now take offense, do you know what that makes you? It makes you somebody who is a closet narcissist, a closet terrorist, a closet terrible human being. Because if you could feel offended for any reason, maybe because these criminals are old, or they are young, or they are rich, or they are Christians, or they are Muslims, or they are Northerners, or they are Southerners, whether they are Yorubas, or they are Igbos, on Sunday sermon, we call them who they are when we are talking about them. Now, if you take offense, it simply means you are an hypocrite, hiding behind your useless political correctness, useless home training that you usually throw. Let me tell you something. During Sunday sermon, I can get so hard that you begin to feel like, oh my God, I didn't know this guy is like this. Yes, I can. Okay? And many times, I have seen those wearies, the ashiris, the olori burukus, that have tried, in their own political correctness way, they have tried to throw in lack of home training. This Maiyegun no get home training. Do you even have fathers at home? Do you have elderly people at home? How can you be talking to elderly people who are old enough to be your fathers? Even if you don't like them, at least respect them. Maybe you get older people for your village. You see those weirdos who usually say that, they are the olori burukus that we set up Sunday sermon for, to trash them and their useless blackmail. You know what you used to reply them when people say that to you? When you talk about Tinubu, demented Kalu, and somebody decided to say, is he not old enough to be your papa? Don't you have any respect in it? Don't you have home training in it? Just tell them, who are those? Or should I say, who are the parents of the criminals who are destroying Nigeria? Your governors, your local government chairmen, your reps, your senators, your commissioners, your ministers, your president, and the rest of those who are taking advantage of you for years. Who be them parents? Who born them? Did their own parents train them to be this sadistic? Unsympathetic? Cold-hearted? And thieves? Because they are thieves. When you take what is not yours, you are a thief. I can't take something that is not mine and I won't be arrested for it. I will be arrested for it. These criminals, entitled rogues, who born them? If the mama trained them well, if Tinubu's papa and mama and the rest of all the rogues who have been in charge of Nigeria, including Buhari, if Buhari papa and mama train them well, this Sirik and the rest of the thieves that you know, if them own parents train them very well, if they have good home training, would they come to public office and turn to thieves, murderers? Would they? Don't let anybody tell you when you are talking about this Olori Brukuso. Don't let anybody tell you that you lack home training. In fact, it is due to a good training. You know, they say something, Onekabini kotoka tun rai ni bi. Ibi abini kò tó ká tún ra ẹni bí. Ẹ wá wò Maiyegun, ọmọ Bádéró, mo kú bíbí re. You know what that means in Yoruba? I mean, in English, It says that, yes, you are born good. Yeah? Your parents gave birth to you. They gave you all the training and the rest of that. Then life and experience taught you how to what? To retrain yourself, which means to reborn yourself. And there is nothing as credible, as great as a rebirth that came from self-discovery. Ebi abini kò tó ká tún ra ẹni bí. Ebi abini kò tó ká tún ra ẹni bí. Ẹ̀yin ẹ wò Maiyegun, ọmọ Bádéró, mo kú bíbí re. I know it is wrong to steal from the poor or take advantage of them. My parents taught me that. Don't take advantage of the vulnerable people. When you have a chance of changing the lives of the people, whether small or big, take that as a call, a privilege, that if you don't do it, somebody else would. And see it as an opportunity to make a mark. What have they used the opportunities of ruling Nigeria for 63 years? What have they used the opportunity for? To impoverish us, terrorize us, oppress us, and daily threatening us. And using one thing, the divide and rule. Here you get. So it takes a lot. Therefore, when you join Sunday sermon on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, I advise you to listen with an open mind, because everything that comes out of my mouth is intentional. Nothing is going to come out of this mouth by error or a gaffe or a slip. I don't do that. Okay? Which means whatever I say, you have a chance to disagree, obviously, yeah. But what you don't have right to is to question how I say them, because it all starts from mental manipulation, where they told us to always kind of keep our mouth shut. Not be everything person they talk. Wait for your turn, and the rest of that, which has now brought us to today's Nigeria, the poverty capital of the world. That's not a murder. It's not a good one, is it? Right. It's been 2 weeks of APC, Egbekegbese, transition from the lifeless mannequin, Megad Buhari, the Mumumadu Buhari, and fake Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Agboworin Baba Oja, the special advisor to the same lifeless Buhari on burial arrangements, condolences visits, Abi, and then trader money. Pastor Ruga and Buhari left 2 weeks ago, and they left a ruined, divided, terrorized, and impoverished country. Here is Kolu, who told you during their campaign that the likes of Atiku, what they would like to do, which is probably right, okay, will be to sell off everything that is left that Buhari is yet to sell. Buhari destroyed Nigeria. That by now, in a sane country, if to say Nigeria is a real country and Nigerians are real people, by now, Buhari will be cooling off in the dungeon of different government agencies interrogating him. And 99% of everybody that is part of that Buhari's government by now would have been arrested, like a mass arrest, including police, soldiers, military, judiciary. By now, it would have been a mass-scale arrest. But they won't do that, because a thief cannot, thieves cannot arrest other thieves. In this world of thievery, in the world of corruption, there is something called esprit de corps. We have the same blood. But something is now cooking, which is reverse psychology. Currently, they are now planning Tinubu within 2 weeks. Before we even get to Tinubu's 2 weeks, let's go back to Buhari's last 12 weeks. One of the things Buhari did to Nigeria was to destroy what you would call the spending power of the people, which is the economy, right? By devaluing the naira enough that it will likely not recover, not anytime soon. Do you get that? I mean, not this way. Now, in the course of doing all of that, the Buhari's government, they also attacked Nigeria's source of revenue, the crude oil. Buhari was supervising the stealing of Nigeria crude oil, 700,000 barrels every day for over 7 years. And they were not at any point in time felt like they were committing economic sabotage, treasonable felony against Nigeria, because officially they could do whatever they like. I mean, it's Nigeria now. So you know what happened? Nigeria lost over 118 trillion naira. You heard me right, 118 trillion to oil theft alone. And you know what NNPC did under Buhari? Apart from them, escalating the subsidy money, escalating the fuel consumption in Nigeria, which never happened. Let me explain that to you. When these criminals came in, subsidy in Nigeria every year was around 400, 700 billion. That was the max anyway, 700 billion. Immediately they came in, the NNPC, they claimed that Nigeria was consuming almost 100 liters of 100 million liter of petrol every day. Therefore, Nigeria started paying over 1 trillion naira for subsidy. Listen, you know, Nigeria have already lost trillions to oil theft under this rogue Zabi. At this point, Nigeria was not receiving any money again from crude oil. For more than 6 years of Buhari's 8 years, Nigeria received zero sale from crude oil. Zero. NNPC said zero. Now, when it was like 2021, 2022, they now put together a scheme. They said, in order for NNPC to be productive, they were selling it off by privatizing it. So privatizing it means everybody should come and buy shares in NNPC. Now, we don't know what happened to the shares or the money of NNPC. But as at 2020, 2021, they've already concluded that NNPC in Nigeria, it was now private company. But guess what? It is still the same national oil company of Nigeria. And as at 2016, NNPC Nigeria under Buhari, which Buhari is the Minister of Petroleum of. Yes, he was the president at the same time as the petroleum minister. It was the Minister of Petroleum. And in 2016, they took over the subsidy and the oil and fuel importation to Nigeria. So which means it became job for the boys that they intentionally opened that, that pit, that bottomless hole of corruption in NNPC for 6 years. The whole country didn't even know that their NNPC was not remitting any dime. When you hear breaking news, NNPC did not remit any money for the past 12 months. People just read the news and they moved on. They have no idea what that meant. Remember, They were losing 700,000 barrels of crude oil every day. There were vessels on Nigeria water, pumping Nigeria crude oil. The Nigerian government that is actually pumping the crude oil from the ground through those pipelines, they realized that they were losing 700,000 barrels every day. They didn't raise alarm for over 7 years. 118 trillion naira, boom, to the pocket of a Buhari and his gang. They didn't stop there. You know, as that one reduced the inflow of money to Nigeria, whatever is now left, any little money left from the 1 million barrel that they are claiming to be selling, they already opened a door of how to steal that subsidy. Now, they did all of that for 5 straight years. Then they decided to privatize NNPC, which means they sold off NNPC that Tinubu is about to resell now. And wahala go dey soon. Maiyegun, just same way they have arrested Emefiole, Maiyegun of NNPC should be arrested with immediate effect. Addis Sirika, the way that gave you Nigeria here logo, spent 12 billion naira to buy 12 fire trucks in Nigeria, should be picked up with immediate effect. We'll get to his part. They sold off NNPC. They call it NNPLC. NNPLC. Nigerians still felt like they had NNPC. Guess who is paying the salary of NNPC workers? Nigeria government. Guess who are the shareholders of NNPC? Politicians. Guess who are going to take the profit from whatever NNPC declare profit and say, we have made profit. So guess who are going to share the profit? Politicians. They now give Nigeria 40% stake in NNPLC. NNPLC. There's nothing like NNPC anymore. Even though the building built by Nigeria oil money, all of the staffs in the NNPC, as they call them, they are still on the payroll of Nigeria. But the profit from whatever they are doing goes into their pockets. So Tinubu came and he said he's taking out subsidy. You know what Tinubu said he's taking out? Tinubu said he's taking out the 4 trillion naira a year. Suddenly, subsidy in Nigeria jumped from 700 billion to 4 trillion naira. Nigeria no get money to pay. Remember, money that should be coming from crude oil to use to develop Nigeria. They've already opened another door. It was like free money. They are not even bringing any oil. They will just say, okay, I don't bring 20 million liter. Say, okay, 20 million liter. Okay, we'll give you money. I don't bring 10 million liter. Okay, 10 million. Okay, we'll give you money. In one of the days, there's one guy who happened to be kind of walking in the somewhere around the border where Nigeria supposed subsidized crude oil, subsidized oil, are being trucked to Niger Republic, being trucked to Chad, being trucked to Cameroon. And this guy exposed that. You know what they did to him? I'll tell you after this.
The country, so now the problem you lè ṣe láyé ẹ sọtẹ gbogbo wọn pátápátá wọn ní controller ń pè controller kò ti dá fún controller tó fẹ́ máa jí owó àbí tó fẹ́ máa jí epo some fún mi 100 naira nù ẹ and I put my job online. I'm a diligent Yoruba man. Tẹ́tí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn mọ́tò yìí wọ́n fẹ́ jí epo lọ sí Cameroon ni tẹ́tí wọn fẹ́ jí epo lọ sí Cameroon ni so tẹ́tí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ so tó bá pa mí. If they kill me, you people have to understand that this is the conspiracy from the pit of hell. Are we one? No. How to look at it. Thank you. Facebook straight. Post it online.
The guy is in jail right now. Do you know that? And this was like about 2 years ago. He happened to be a custom officer, a Yoruba man, on duty, and he couldn't take it anymore. Their customs were clearing them to keep going and taking the oil to Cameroon. Buhari knew about it. Ali, or what's the guy's name? That custom guy that is always dressing in jalabia. Amadu Ali, or what's that his name? They knew about the whole conspiracy, the whole smuggling. They knew. You see that smuggling being done to that part of outside Nigeria, yeah? Coordinated from the top. The people paying the subsidy on them, they are the same people. Anyway, that guy said they may kill him. And if they kill him, all of you should see what happened. Amidu Ali, God bless you. That's his name. Amidu Ali. Criminals. So, from 700 billion naira for subsidy, Nigeria started paying about 4 trillion. Like they grew so big. 13 million liter of crude, of petroleum that Nigerians are using monthly. Buhari's government said Nigerians are using 100 million liter every day. And that is why. And for 8 years, Nigeria Central Bank provided 11 trillion naira for Buhari. Listen to this, Buhari, Pastor Ruga, Emefiole, Malamu, what's that guy? Usman, that finance minister, that woman, Usman, Ibeka Shiku, and then this guy, what's that his name from Bayelsa? Timi Silva. You see these 7 people, 7 criminals, they stole 11 trillion naira to fix Nigeria, refineries. And to this day, none of the refinery is working. 11 trillion naira. Economic sabotage. They were taking for 4 trillion naira every year. Even though you are buying fuel, you are buying fuel at exorbitant price as we speak. Your earnings are not commiserating with your spendings. You know that. The value of your money continue to be depreciated, while these criminals were actually cashing out big time, committing economic sabotage, economic terrorism. But Emefiole is the one arrested so far. We are still coming there. Now, we are now hearing that Central Bank of Nigeria provided $2.8 billion loan for Dangote refinery. They also stood surety of another $5 billion for Dangote refinery, which means Nigeria is in debt of nearly $8 billion because of Dangote refineries. Dangote refinery, 11 trillion naira gone on all the refineries in Nigeria. Isn't that economic terrorism? So immediately, Tinubu came in and he said he's taking out subsidy. It is like saying, I am canceling the 4 trillion naira check. There will be no 4 trillion naira check anymore. And guess who jumped into it to want to ride on it? NNPC. They started explaining what Tinubu meant, why our subsidy means, how Nigeria oil is going to crash, how the price is going to come down. Suddenly, now only 13 million Nigerians are using 13 million liters of fuel. No longer 100 million liters from NNPC. They said they have currently in their storage. Remember, they have been the one importing fuel to Nigeria. They have been the one paying subsidy to themselves. They have been the one smuggling your fuel out of Nigeria. Then they have always been the one rolling out all the fake data. They have been the one who hid away the oil theft in Niger Delta, where 118 trillion naira has gone down the drain into the hands of these thieves in 8 years. Suddenly, they now came out to say, some people are taking our fuel to outside Nigeria. Some people are this and that. They started riding on it, using reverse psychology on the rest of the Mugus, who actually believe that Tinubu is doing something magical. So what happened? From 100 million to 13 million. What happened to the remaining 87 million that Nigerians have been paying for? What will happen to those who collected that money? What's going to happen to them? By the time they begin to pick them up, wouldn't you agree with me that half of those they call the political criminals in northern Nigeria will indeed, and their counterpart in southern Nigeria will indeed be what? Handcuffed. And they would just go and put their back, they put their back behind the drum and they will shoot them. Death by firing squad. You have no idea of what they did. They didn't touch you. A lot of you, they didn't touch you, abuse you. Like the police who harass and abuse and assault people on the streets. Like some of you who believe that you have money, who use their influence, that power, to what? To harass and oppress those who are lesser than you. No. What these guys did is called economic terrorism. Economic jihad. Economic jihad. War, a lot of you, for the past 8 years, your pastors have convinced you, your babalawo, mamalawo, and all those the rest of lawos have convinced you. Your sheikhi, Mula, Alimula Mau, and the rest of them, they have convinced you that some genies, some village people, some evil spirits, evil people are those behind your misfortune in the last 5 years. They lied to you. These criminals who orchestrated this economic gangsterism, fiscal rascality, you know what that's called? Now, when these criminals came, I learned the word fiscal rascality. You know fiscal rascality? Fiscal is that when you are able to account for your finance. Sure, you account for what you make, which is your income. You account for what you spend, which is your expenditure. So if you spend more than your income, you're going to be in debt. Now, if your income somehow cannot cover your debt, you have to control your expenditure. Yeah? But if you begin not to care about your income, and you only care where nothing happens, when you pay, and you begin to escalate your own loan, expose yourself, to the point that you have to end up declare bankruptcy. That's what will happen. Okay? In the case of a country, what will happen is that you go into recession. That's what happens when they do fiscal rascality. So the fiscal one is the financial part of your life that you have to be so disciplined how you deal with both, or else you are done for. You see these guys, in their own way, they went straight into fiscal rascality. They don't give a damn. Since they could fake the figure, they could print money, right? They could manipulate the media. They could drive propaganda to make you feel like all you need is to just struggle for few years. You need just little sacrifice. Everything is going to come back and work for you. No, it won't. They had no plan of it. Their book, their cooked book, is even pretty much like exposing them than covering them. So they use propaganda to begin to tell you. So when they direct you to your religious houses, where they'll begin to tell you the reason why your businesses are suffering, it's not because of a double, triple taxation that doesn't even come back to you. Right? It's not because of the corruption, bribery and corruption. It's not because of the draconian policies that are intentionally set up to destroy your business without touching you. They won't tell you that. They won't see that vision for you. But they will see the vision of those who are hanging your picture in a bottle. Somebody is putting your picture inside a jar, and they have actually, they've nailed your picture, or they have taken this and that. Your destiny has been buried. Your destiny has been taken to this and that. Somebody has placed a curse on you that you will never get married. You will never be successful in life. All of these things are the continuation of what the criminals have started. The whole thing that happened in your life in the last 8 years, good or bad, came from these guys. Trust me. If it's good, that means it could have been better if it was done right, yeah? If it's bad, Baba, just think about those who are having it worse, or those who are dead. Economic saboteur, 4 trillion naira. Nigeria no get us, so you have to go and buy your fuel at 800, 700 naira, whatever they sell it to you for. You know that automatically alter your life. It will alter everything that you hold dear, your everyday life. That singular decision will alter it. That's why they told you they probably would do something and give you something and blah, blah, blah. No. Kolu has put together. They call them the Policy Advisory Committee. Yes. Policy Advisory Committee will review things that Buhari did. Wala is still loading, it never started. As much as Kolu may want to try and cover Buhari and his gang, the destruction they did, even as horrible, as terrible as Kolu is, he cannot bury everything. It is so bad that if Buhari is not arrested, Malamu is not arrested, then I can advise you, just enjoy the drama. See this as another series, like Netflix series, in their pretentious fight against corruption. I don't know if it's a fight against corruption now or not, but he has put together an advisory committee to advise him on how to sell NNPC, privatize it. But a lot of you have actually prayed and requested for how they govern Lagos. Lagos, the mega city, a state that has practiced democracy with one single individual and his gang of thieves for 24 years. And yet, it is a state without drinking or running water. Yes, there is none. It is a state with the worst road networks in the entire Nigeria. As much as you might think Nigeria was, if you have been to Lagos, or if you are living in Lagos, just stop with pretension. Pretend you weary. You get? If you continue to pretend and tell yourself all this nonsense and lies, well, they are about to replicate what you are enjoying in Lagos in Nigeria. You know what that means? You have the first daughter, the first son. First daughter is summoning people. First son of the Federal Republic is summoning people. The first, the deputy president is summoning people. That's the wife. And then the Kolu himself is also summoning people. And what you have is that you are about to have what happened in Lagos. And it will all start with the selling of the government properties. For those who know Tinubu and gang very well, there are so many abandoned federal government properties in Lagos. They will be gone before the end of next year, if they are patient enough. They will be gone. And they will be gone to Tinubu's family. Or should I say Tinubu's crime family. Go and write that down. Now, for the NNPC that Buhari already sold, so they are now trying to work out something that is now going to be, a different sale entirely. Okay? It will be called unbundling. Okay? They will sell off all the refineries. Right? And then, again, the issue of renewal of oil block licenses and the rest of that. Okay? This time around, Kolu can reallocate them to his friends. And, you know what somebody told me? When we are having a chat about Kolu, Yoruba to Yoruba. And this person told me and he said, Maiyegun, listen, this Nigeria has been looted by every tribe that has had their own opportunity. And what they did was to allocate the resources of Nigeria to themselves. Like, it has become so much like, it's okay, the crude oil and gas in Niger Delta and Igbo land, even though they are thousands of kilometers away from northern Nigeria, but being owned and controlled by these northern criminals and families, it's like to the rest of Southerners and the rest of Nigeria, it's like, that's okay, now that's normal, now them they control the oil. Now the Niger Delta people get the oil, but now the Northerners, they control them. So this, my friend, was telling me that what is wrong if Tinubu now share the whole thing to his own Yoruba brothers like the Northerners have been doing all this while. So what is wrong with that, Maiyegun? That he believed that until Nigeria breaks up, everybody who wants to destroy Nigeria, everybody have a right to destroy Nigeria, take advantage of it, under any pretense. I was like, okay, Baba, your kind of idea may sound logical to mad people. I'm not saying you are mad though, because he was sitting with me, so I didn't want to tell him that he was mad. I said, look at how you think. The Northerners have been controlling the resources of Nigeria. They seem to be those who have the legitimate right to steal it. And for all these years, let's agree that Tinubu is a criminal. And of course, he's also coming to steal and loot and everything. That what is wrong in that is a Yoruba man. That if he was coming to steal and loot Yoruba land, for example, as Yoruba, that's the moment I should feel kind of, no, Tinubu. It doesn't feel cool that I'm not comfortable that Tinubu as a thief is going to do exactly what others have been doing. That it's not comfortable with that. And I said, listen, Baba, to mad people like you, okay, I didn't say like you. I said, to some mad people that will hear what you just said now, I mean, it will sound like fear. I said, but let's kind of take a look at it this way. We agree that for decades, even up till now, the resources of Nigeria has been shared among these criminals. Majority of them are no longer in politics or in government, but it has become more or less like their inheritance. I said, Baba, for 63 years of Nigeria independence, and let's say this taking control of resources of Nigeria and owning it by one region, like you said, let's say all of that started after 1970, after the Civil War, Abi, which means in order to control the wealth of Nigeria and take it away from the region that was about to break away from Nigeria before, so they owned it. I said, Baba, for 63 years, of what benefit is that controlling the wealth of southern Nigeria by these northern criminals you mentioned? For 63 years, what singular benefit has that been to the life of an average northerner in the last 53 or 43 years? And he was like, what do you mean? I said, if the bragging right here for you as a southerner is that the Commonwealth of Nigeria is controlled by some criminals, and it seems to be like their inheritance, government in, government out, they still get to share it among themselves. And if you think that, in a way, as a southerner, is a win, okay, take a look at it this way then. For this period that they've been controlling this wealth, look at northern Nigeria. Look at their people. In all sincerity, Maiyegun, if you go to the north, they have the best road. They have the best buildings. They have the best this blah, 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 blah that you told yourself when you went there to go and do NYSC. But you've also reported, a lot of you, some of you were even raised in poverty. After visiting the northern Nigeria, doing your NYSC, you came back to say the level of poverty you witnessed, you saw in northern Nigeria, you've never seen anything like it before. Human capital development that actually has to do with proper education, good healthcare system, and then a proper economy that makes it easier for those who want to explore or kind of, be something who have the opportunity unhindered. Economic freedom, religious freedom, and all those freedom that actually makes people live like human beings. You went to the northern Nigeria, and immediately a lot of you started saying that Nigeria is actually two. There is no one Nigeria, but many Nigerias. So what was that benefit of controlling the wealth and stealing Nigeria money for 63 years or 52 years? How has that benefited the northern Nigeria? How many of you would love to relocate to northern Nigeria today because of the availability of opportunities and wealth today? How many of you? So it's never going to be about the people. It's always about them. All they need to tell them is, see, when they were about to lose the feeding bottle, they will scream and shout and say people are targeting them because they are Yoruba. They are targeting them because they are Igbo. Oh, they hate them because they are Hausa. Oh, they dislike them because they are Muslim or they are Christians. They begin to play those cards. And the mumus, the mugus, the 200 million mumus Nigerians, they go begin to come out cloth. Of course, is it the only person? Is it the first person that will first do that? Let's be honest with ourselves. This country has been like that for long. They are accusing him. They are attacking him because he's a Igbo man. They don't like him because he's a Yoruba man. They want to do all of that nonsense. 200 million mumus. They divide and rule that work very well. Thanks to social media, we are breaking that chain. We are breaking that hold. And they are calling us rebels. They said talking about it makes us the incitors or inciters. They said we are inciting the people to begin to reject the old order, the lies, the repetition. You know what I mean? It's almost the same thing, right? The same pattern, the same way. And a lot of you probably don't know that in their world, right, when they say come in for the menu, we are going to have a menu. Ladies and gentlemen, you dressed up and you attend the menu of Nigeria rulers or criminals. You have no idea that you are actually going to be the menu. We're going to change your life. We work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. We did this and that. Telling you to dress up. Let's go on a journey of making Nigeria better. And you dressed up for real because they are Yoruba, or because they are Igbos, or because they are Hausa or Fulani, or because they are Muslims or Christians. You dressed up for a journey. Didn't know that you're actually going to be the menu. Those who listened to this back then, today, not all of them, some of them knows better today. We work with you, Loriro.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
You remember them. So, like I said, it's going to be an open mic. It seems I'm taking all our time. Anyway, there is arrest of Emefiele. I know a lot of you want to have one or two things to say on this, and we are going to get there. There is also the tribunal case as well. Something to catch up on as well, right? We'll get to that. So we'll make it more conversational in a way that, when they begin to put everything up for sale, you can tell me your own expectations and all that, and we'll share that here. On the Nigeria here, people are already kind of having a divided opinion, okay? And Adis Sirika himself is also kind of pushing back, saying that those who didn't want it to work are those who were asking for bribe. We'll get to that part, okay? Then the Rogbodiyan. I want to talk about that one before I start taking calls, okay? The Rogbodiyan about Lagos indigenous property and business law. See, I live in the UK and I participated in Brexit. I am very much aware what started Brexit and those behind Brexit and why, as well as when Brexit happened, the aftermath of Brexit on the UK economy and everyday life. So, in 2023 Charade election, Kolu and gang, they introduced a different, horrible, terrible, toxic politicking into the political space of Nigeria. Now, the effect of that is going to be very much in existence for a very long time. And because of this bigotry, open bigotry, open rivalry that led to an open tribal attack, has now come as a new dawn in the political space of Nigeria already, and already heated space. So when the argument for Brexit started, it was all about some politicians who decided, right, to amplify the voice of some British, that is, the people of Britain, who have been mouthing that their government and their politicians have failed them by introducing different kind of immigration rules that allowed other people from other parts of the world to live and work in the UK. So according to them, the most unemployed British blamed the foreigners, as they call them, those who came here to take advantage of the economic opportunities, according to them, to come and rape the economy of the UK, take their jobs, and all of that excuses that an average British or an average British adult can no longer work and raise money to afford mortgage, buy his own house, buy his own car, and all other excuses that the failure of politicians were blamed on who they called foreigners. Those who are buying everything. Where are they getting money to buy all these properties? When you get here, Pakistanis are there. The Indians have bought half of this place. The Qataris have bought half of this place. Look at all these black people are also buying these houses here. Everywhere is now more or less like, it's no longer looking like Britain. That was the campaign. They said UK was no longer looking, Britain was no longer looking like Britain anymore. So they blamed foreigners. And some politicians took advantage of that to amplify that voice. Amplifying that voice became a political movement that caught up with other major political parties and major political players, where people began to ask them, what would be their plan about immigration? What would be your plan about this or that? And when they started making adjustments, deporting those they called foreigners, they realized that being part of the EU allows everybody as a member of EU to also live and work in the UK, just like it is same for every British to go out there and work anywhere within the EU. Now, you see that privilege, the politicians took it even further by blaming their politicians, abandoning them, budgeting money that should be used, that should be spent here in the UK, budgeting this same money and giving it to the EU. All of these were what the people wanted to hear, and the politicians who could actually drive it, and those who felt like if they didn't follow the trend, they will probably lose their own political seat as well. Now it became a pandemic. Every one of those who kind of shouting Brexit, 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 saw everyone that is not British as a potential enemy. In fact, it was like a madness. it became a political campaign in the UK that the ruling party then, or still ruling party anyway, the Conservatives, they had to take it up and said, you know what? We're going to just put it into referendum. Let the British, or let Britain decide if they still want to be part of the EU or not. During the campaign, we were told what we were going to lose. We were told the services being rendered, the economic advantage of the rest of the world building UK, right? Paying taxes here, running the system here. In fact, what will happen when they are gone? 1 second.
Unaji asked for 5%. Is it 5% of Nigeria Air or 5% of the firefighting trucks contract?
No, he asked me exactly. You know, I record all my things anyway, and I have it very clear. He asked me that please.
I'll come back to him. We are not yet there, or we are not there yet. They told them, you're going to have to begin to get your visa. You can no longer just sleep in London and said you are drunk and you found yourself in Paris. It's not going to happen anymore. There'll be no special privileges for you anymore at any European airport anymore. You're going to be just treated like, and also there are going to be so many other things that by trade and this and that you're going to have to part with. They said they didn't care. This island will survive. What the hell are you talking about? This island colonized almost half of the world without the EU. What the hell is EU that the UK cannot survive? It was a madness, a contagion. By the time everybody voted yes, those who wanted to vote yes to leave the EU, guess what happened a few months after that? When they started the negotiation of how to break up with the EU before the January deadline or so, they started saying politicians deceived them. Politicians made them hate people. They didn't tell them all of this now. Oh, they didn't tell them they are going to lose all the privileges they were enjoying, like the citizen of the world with their red passport or British passport. Now, British passport is going to now be limited to this and that. In fact, economically, UK is going to lose over so percentage. Jobs are going to be gone. So and so. But they didn't tell us now. Okay, we want to go back. There were those who were actually saying they want to go back to the EU. Can we do another referendum and go back to the EU? No, you can't. Not anymore. 42 years relationship cut off and killed off by the political opportunists in the UK. Despite the whole world appealed to them, they were adamant. They didn't want to lose their political privilege and privileges. Today, UK, we are now wallowing in recession from recession to recession, economic crisis to economic crisis. But you can't compare it to Nigeria. They still they pay people who lose their job here. They still they pay the house rent of people who cannot pay them. They are still giving people money. They still have access to free healthcare and the rest. But our NHS has been suffering. Today, we are now going to all African countries. From UK, going to all African countries. Stealing all of them. Luring. Let's use that word. Luring all of their professionals to the UK. Your doctors in Nigeria today, more than 10,000 doctors from Nigeria have been relocated, or practitioners from Nigeria, they have been relocated to the UK with promises of the good life. You get good life. Over 7,500 school teachers have been taken from Nigeria. Over 7,000 school teachers have been taken from Ghana. Yes. More than 5,000 doctors have been taken, medical practitioners have been taken from Ghana. They are giving them visas that will give them indefinite stay in 5 years. I'm telling you this. That's because of Brexit. Today, we are still trying to recover. We are not, and it's not likely. UK, London, the financial capital of the world, can no longer keep us too safe. The the UK Central Bank, they call them England have been a London Exchequer. It's like your central bank to manage this economy, UK economy, because of this singular political decision. Ladies and gentlemen, see, maybe UK is too far. I use that because it's so recent. The foreigners are gone. They are back to their countries. Yes, they are gone. The Europeans, those who wanted to stay though. In Scotland, we were telling them to come to Scotland. Don't leave. Come to Scotland. Nobody will do anything to you. Come here. Yes, Scotland offered them that. If Britain says you have to leave, if England says you have to leave, come to Scotland. We'll house you here. Maybe Scotland or UK is too far for some of you political morons, on-boot slaves that are shouting, Yoruba own Lagos. Lagos is Yoruba, this and that. The politicians who felt shaken, who were shaken to their foundation by the political movement of the obedient, the criminals, they used tribal division, tribal rhetorics, hatred for Yorubas and Igbos. They created the division for political reasons. A lot of you believe you are fighting for Yoruba. You are this. Now they want to make laws to chase all the Igbos away. Chase all of the foreigners away. Non-speaking Yoruba. I mean, if you are not speaking Yoruba, your days are numbered in Lagos, not the rest of Yoruba land. See, you can go to Ogun State, go to Ondo State, go to all these places. So you are welcome. Go there and buy lands. They will sell you lands. That's the Yorubaness in us. You see those criminals in Lagos, majority of them are not from Lagos. They are not different from the criminal politicians of the 80s and 90s in Warri, today's Delta states, ladies and gentlemen. If you are from Warri, if you are from Delta state, if you grew up in Delta state, maybe you are not from Warri, you are not from Delta. Delta used to be like Lagos, for those who know Delta state very well. You know why? Warri and the rest of this place, they had oil. There were businesses booming, companies rising. I'm talking about good pay, good life, nightlife. Warri was like Lagos. If you grew up in Warri, raise up your hand. In the 80s and 90s, raise up your hands. Just say it. And tell me if I am lying, so that everybody can read it in your comment that you are lying, Maiyegun. You will see Yorubas, Igbos, Hausas, Fulanis, everybody from all over Nigeria in Delta State back then. It was a very good life, promising. Then something happened. People started feeling like there are too many people who are not from Warri. People who are not from Delta State. They are controlling everything. They're everywhere. The real Delta people are no longer, they are not enjoying their land. So everybody must start paying rent. Politicians that were supposed to invest in the young people, yes, so area, they say area, Warri, area. They say they use politicians who were supposed to invest in their people, education, and the rest. They were just enjoying. Everybody just do your thing. When this generation of untrained people in that part of Nigeria, when they started growing up as entitled, uneducated brats. And you know where they end up from? Their parents. Their parents, who some of them became small village chiefs in Warri and all these places. So they became village chiefs and all of that. They gave themselves title and they started sending their children to go and collect rent from all those businesses around there. You cannot do any business in those places if you don't pay. You have to pay. The bigger your business, the bigger your pay. If you don't pay, they will fight you, the entire community. Then it became a community thing. The community are not asking you for. If you want to come and give them water, you will pay them to drill that water for them. To drill that borehole for them, you will pay them first. If you want to go and build them hospital, you will pay them first before you will begin to build anything. It started like a joke. Then it became a thing. It became a thing. And today, it is a big thing. Do you know what changed? The bubbling and buzzing bubbling and buzzing, worry, the economic, the financial, all those things, gone. Gone completely. If I am lying, please tell me. You are lying, Maiyegun. That's not what happened, Maiyegun. It is because Nigeria did not do anything to develop the place. That is why the place, commercial activities died down in the place. Is that what you are telling yourself? Tell me I'm lying. What I just said now. Just say it to my face. Say, Maiyegun, you are lying. That's not what happened. Development fee is what it's called. And this development fee is now a legally entitlement across the entire Niger Delta where they are producing oil. If there is anywhere they are drilling oil in Nigeria, today, go there. You will see old men, old women, young men, young women. That is what they feed on. They destroyed that once commercially viable place. 24 years. Tinubu and gang, they are rent seekers in Lagos who have actually built nothing per se, other than the show-off project that has taken your lifetime to completion. Nothing you can really point at and say is actually officially completed and functioning for the past 10 years in Lagos State. See, this thing was built 15 years ago, completed 15 years ago, and it's pretty much in very beautiful shape. And all of that. No, they have nothing completed. And that is why they will never open their book. 2023 shook them to their marrow, to their bone. They could have lost everything. They lost it, but they had to force and rig it back. Now, in their mind, the same idiot politicians who couldn't convince Yorubas in Lagos to hate on Igbos and vote for them, and yet still got rejected by Yorubas in Lagos. You know now why they were busy targeting Igbos. Yorubas that they thought we should be on their side, they still voted against them. Sure, you know. But shamelessly, they want to hide that shame. We want to fight for indigenous people in Yoruba land. So when Obasa made that law and they sent this out, Obasa is trying to kind of replicate Brexit and Warri ghost town in Lagos. It is not going to happen overnight. Some of you dumbos, what they have just done, when it is finally concluded, Lagos is not going to lose steam immediately. It is going to be gradual. And then you begin to notice. You begin to notice. And before you know it, Maiyegun forget, Lagos is Yoruba land. Of course, Lagos would have survived. Based on what survived or what made Lagos succeeded up to this point. The arrested growth of Lagos State by Tinubu and gang. 24 years arrested growth of Lagos State by Tinubu and his criminal gang has been, could have killed the entire Lagos and turned it into what a lot of you probably will have called ghost town today, even with the sea and the rest. People who have been the lifeline of Lagos, those who are running the macro and the micro economy, those who you are taking rent and taking taxes from, the numbers of those who genuinely work their asses off and feeding Tinubu and his criminal gang and their family, they are the people you are about to chase away. You rent seekers are not trained on how to make money. You are only trained on how to collect it. Tinubu and gang didn't create wealth, okay? They create gang of tax collectors. Now, when those who are paying that taxes are gone, the taxes will be gone. And it is going to be gradual. That's what I'm telling you. So it's not going to happen overnight. Because the likes of Tinubu didn't create wealth. They don't know how to create wealth. They only know how to create poverty. Here you get. So we encourage them to do it too, and do it very fast. Because the bottom line is this. They are already telling their thugs to begin to tell people to come and verify their land. You come and verify. You know all those markets, they are owned by government, sure you know. And government can revoke the licenses or C or O of those markets. And everything on that market and everything in there and everyone will be gone in a split second. Do you know that? Now they are going to do that. They are going to revoke some market C or O in Lagos. They are going to see they are going to relocate you. For example, with Obasa and his plan, a lot of your parents are going to lose their properties if they are non-Yorubas. Okay? Because anyway, the land was sold to them. Those who sold the land to them in Lagos, they have spent the money and they've lavished the money. Money gone. The property is yours now. But the likes of Obasa and what they are about to do is about to empower those land grabbers to begin to ask you to bring your papers. If they say your papers are not original, even though they gave them to you, they are not original. Who do you think you are going to run to when you are not a Yoruba man or a Yoruba woman? You run to court. Okay. In Nigeria. And you believe they are court, Abi? Okay, yeah, you run to court anyway, so good luck with that. Okay? So, they are going to say they want to relocate markets. And that's the primary goal. Don't let them do that to you. So that you can come out here and begin to say they hate Igbos. They hate, the Yorubas are bigot. Yorubas are not bigot. Tinubu's political ideology is a contagion. Tinubu's political ideology is toxic. And you are about to see the worst toxicity, political, tribal, ethnic toxicity that you've ever seen in your life. You are about to witness them. With Tinubu, everything is tribal now. Everything is ethnic now. Do you understand? And it is about to that they are willing to make physical. They are willing to make all their threats real. It is not a mere threat. It is not a mere talk. They will make your life a mess if you are not a Yoruba man. Listen to me. It is even worse if you are even a Yoruba man and you kind of publicly reject this kind of political bigotry. Tinubu and Ganga they are already raising a generation of bigoted political nuisance in Yoruba land. I don't know how to explain this to you. It is not just the non-Yorubas that are in danger of the kind of politics that Tinubu and gang represent, and they are about to manifest. Do you understand? Open hatred for other tribes in Nigeria, whether Hausa or Fulani, anybody who come out to say anything about Tinubu in the coming days, weeks, and months, and years, it is going to be a tribal, serious tribal confrontation, ethnic confrontation, and it's going to be like you've never seen it before. I am saying this because I'm a Yoruba man, and I know what is coming. I do. In fact, you are about to witness and see the Nigeria you've never seen before. You are about to witness and see Yorubas that you've never seen before. Yorubas you believe that never existed. They are about to share that secret, what do you call it? That secret part of them that Tinubu is going to exploit. He's going to exploit this because that's the only way Tinubu can escape the Nigeria that Buhari left. I am not saying this to make you feel scared. I'm saying it to make you get ready. You are going to see Yorubas I'm not going to say, oh, they are not Yorubas. Oh, they are fake accounts. I'm not going to be somebody like that. Because I know the people that will be blowing the whistle, the dog whistle, they have been doing it already. Sure you get. If you disagree with anyone right now, and everything that goes on or everything that will be going on in Nigeria today is going to be competition. Toxic competition. If an Igbo man does something, and they say Nigeria achieves so and so, Yorubas will attempt that same thing to prove to you that whatever anybody achieves, you achieve it for your tribe. Whatever you do or anything you say, if you come out to say something, they will say you are saying it because you are Igbo. You are about to witness the worst toxicity. And Tinubu and gang, they are widening that gap. What should we do about it? The first thing you should know is, the first thing you should do to fight it is to know its existence, is to know that there is a plot, and is to know that this political thing that APC represent, divisive politics, this ethnic, tribal, divisive politics of Tinubu, that you are about to witness it in a never seen before stage. If you are a Yoruba, if you decide to come out and condemn Tinubu, you are not only going to be called Omo Ale, you will be targeted. Some people are going to be religiously, they will feel like if they attack and kill you, they are defending the they are defending Yoruba's heritage. Tinubu and gang are building on that, and I'm not making it up. It's already happening. So what you are going to witness in Lagos is that they will tell you to go back to where you come from. And for the first time, a lot of you are going to believe that Nigeria is going to break up. They are going to make you believe that Yorubas are toxic people. They're going to make you believe that Yorubas are hateful people. They're going to make you believe that Yorubas are intolerant people. They're going to make you believe that Yorubas are violent people. All of these are going to be done for the sake of one single man, a drug addict, drug relic, Tinubu. And if you are non-Yorubas, your case is very clear. At least you can tell why. You will be a target. But that you are a Yoruba is even worse. Some of them may kill you in your sleep because they will believe defending the Tinubu is defending the heritage of Yoruba. And there are generations that are already forming that political idea. The longer Tinubu stays, the deeper the shit we are into. So I would be here to continue to try to de-escalate the Kotokoto and the tribal, ethnic, slaw, division policies that are targeted at people. I'm going to be here every now and then to de-escalate them, because you are about to witness something you've never seen before in Nigeria. People are still going to be getting killed, getting kidnapped, and the corruption is still going to be escalated. But the difference now is that it's going to be WWW. Wide West. And it's going to be physical. When they begin to make laws that says, even though you are all Nigerians, but when you enter Lagos or enter a part of Nigeria, you are not wanted. It's going to be a matter of time before everyone else will realize that they have been lying to themselves about one Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, but some believe that they could still pull the magic right there in court. Emefiole. Ladies and gentlemen, I will leave that to you to come and add yours to it. Yeah, Emefiole is being seen as the fall guy. What do you see him as? Well, right. They've appointed somebody else to take place of Emefiole, and his name is Fola Shodun. Adebisi Shonubi. Now, according to what I have been hearing, sure you get, they said by ranking, the person who was supposed to be the next in line when Emefiole got suspended was this Aisha Amado. Are you with me? Aisha Ahmad. And after that, it should have been Edward Adamu. Then Folashodun Adebisi. Then Kingsley Obiora. Now, don't think because of the way they put the picture here. This picture was put up according to their positions, okay? And from what I heard, they said she would have been the one. But like I told you, we are done. You have seen the Fulanization and Northernization agenda of Buhari. You are welcome to Yorubanization and Westernization agenda of Kolu. Yorubas will take more than 80% of the every appointment in the serious appointment in Tinubu's government. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. He's going to put people that he trusts that will help him ferry all the loot and everything they want to do and bury all the bodies. So that starts from where the money comes from, the central bank. So the Northerners, they are now kind of mostly those who are Buhari's people, the jihadist fanatics, the Islamic fanatics of Buhari. They are now kind of worried that Tinubu is Yorubanizing Nigeria. That instead of somebody who is qualified, that Tinubu don't go pick a Yoruba man. And a lot of people are telling them, oh yeah, go to court. So this man is a mechanical engineer who also majored in business administration and is now your acting central bank governor. That one already sealed. Wait for the names of the new service chiefs. By the time you realize that it is no longer going to be about the North, or maybe it's going to be. Imagine when Kolu announced the name of the chief of army staff, and you hear the name Agbaji Agbabiaka, the chief of army staff, chief of naval staff, Ogundamisi Olabode, chief of air staff, Folashade Morenikeji, protocol officer, Ajanle Koko Ajangbadi. At that time, I go just say, hey, don't say it. Oh, yeah, we'll see how them go react to that one. EFCC chairman, Cynthia Okereke, DSS director, Lukman Ifawole, NIA director, Musiliu Obanikoro, this and that. This is Yoruba. This is what I say. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Most say it go be. Turn by turn like Nigeria Limited. It go soon start. Central bank don't happen. You know what some people said? They said, number one, the Councillor Aisha, she's from the North. No way. They're not going to give it to anybody from the North. Edward Adamu. Which one is Edward? Is he an Igbo Adamu or what? Where is he from? No, that name is confusing. Eyodanu. Folashodun Adebisi Shonubi. Okay. Sir, but there is also Dr. Kingsley Obiora. No. We are just done with one Emefiole. Don't go. I don't want Obiora. So what happened to the Folashodun, sir? Folashodun, which kind mechanical is he? Na ball repairer, be na truck repairer. No, it's mechanical, sir. Anything mechanic. She na mechanic. She dasun abi Gentao abi ewoni. Which car? I don't know, sir. But it's a mechanical engineer, sir. Did you say he also has business admin? Business admin. Oh yeah, Mark Orukwe. Pick up Emefiole, and the rest is history. Sure you get. So Kolu and those who sought to the arrest of Emefiole believe that it is a ploy. Put Emefiole away so that we can then play the Dasuki Gates card So we can tell the people waiting Emefiele did. Do you understand? They said Emefiele is sponsoring IPOB. And they want the court to give them 2 months to lock Emefiele up so that they can go and get evidence that Emefiele is sponsoring IPOB, that Emefiele is sponsoring bandits, that Emefiele has printed so much money to make sure that he destabilized Nigeria, that Emefiele, after signing a deal with some enemies of Nigeria in order to destroy Buhari's government, Emefiele went into the asshole rock and he sold an idea of Naira swap, change of Naira to Buhari. But Buhari was so dumb and stupid that Emefiele got Buhari's approval to go ahead with the idea. But DSS felt like since Buhari was so dumb and stupid, Emefiele is responsible for the economic ruin of Nigeria under Buhari. But do they have any evidence? But my lord, give us 2 months to lock him up. We'll give you the evidence in 2 months. Now, after 24 hours, Emefiele don't complain, no. Please, help me. They don't take me go where I don't know. They say Emefiele complain that he is not well. He has a health problem. He cannot be locked up inside the cell for too long. He go die. But when they told the Kolu, this is what the Kolu used in responding. This is a joke, by the way, because I mean they told him, Esa, Emefiele is not feeling fine. He said he's not feeling well. See.
Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your weekend.
So now we would have to wait for the stories from the propaganda mill of APC. I'll give you an example in case if you come across them. Breaking news. Emefiele gave $2.8 billion to 30 lawmakers by giving them $3 million each to open up Bureau de Change centers. God go punish this Emefiele. Emefiele gave 2-point-something billion to lawmakers. Who are the lawmakers? Give us their names. No, we can't tell you their names. Because, the case is in court. So they can't tell you the names. But, Emefiele, if you know what Emefiele did, breaking news, what did he do again? Emefiele gave $500 million to one woman. And her husband is we can't tell you. Anyway, we can't tell you, Sha. But if you know what Emefiele did, in fact, along, what did he do? Breaking news. Emefiele has 700 houses. 20 houses in America, 15 in Dubai, 18 in Germany, 45 across Europe, and he has about 600 houses across Nigeria. What do you want to take 700 houses do? Where are the houses, by the way? Can you give us the address of the houses? No. In London. There is another one in China. They will begin to bamboozle you. When they believe that is probably not going to walk too far. Breaking news. Emefiele gave so $2 billion. So collected 120 million. They will begin to give you names. I knew it. This, that, all of that just to keep you busy. Last. A court said Emefiele should be released. Emefiele, the Court of Appeal said Emefiele should be granted bail. Court said Emefiele cannot be tried. Some group came together and said Emefiele is being targeted because he's Igbo. Emefiele is being sacrificed because Emefiele is a Christian. By the time they bamboozle you with all of this whole drama, after 6 months, now you go to talk, say, oh, I beg, leave him, Jare. I beg, leave him, in they go. How much they talk, say, he's still again? Baba, Emefiele stole 100 trillion naira. Where is the money? Nigeria government said Emefiele want to release 50 trillion naira from the money he stole. By the time you are tired of the whole back and forth, the next thing, Emefiele released on bail. The rest will be what? Story. Because there will be already other thieves, other crimes being permitted. There will be other scandals. Because Nigeria is a crime scene that reward criminals. Then they pray for them to be able to do the right thing. I have never seen anything like that in my life. Ever. I've never seen anything like this in my life. And I've been around for a while. So now they are telling us that a drug baron don't get immunity. You can no longer sue Kolu, and Kolu can no longer sue you. Right before our very eyes. Pablo Escobar is arresting Anini. Why the rest of the Alibaba and 40 thieves are what? Reading the news like me and you. We know where this is going to end. So INEC talk say they no say they rig. Or nobody say they want appeal, but they just want me, say everything, maybe everything perfect for this life. May everybody just continue and manage them as it be. And then yesterday, because some of you might want to add it today, I think you didn't have a chance of calling in yesterday to be part of this, right? So one of them cried yesterday. May I bring them back, yeah? Because you might want to say one or two things about that today. One of those who said asking for the breakup of Nigeria is stupid. The Igbos built Nigeria and they have to be part of Nigeria. They don't like you. They talk say, now because there's some people they talk say they don't like you, but they told the Igbos to go and build bridges. Imagine, people will never rule Nigeria, never committed any crime against Nigeria, never committed crime against anybody in Nigeria, never fought anybody in Nigeria. But they have to build bridges before they can lead Nigeria. But the criminals, the rogues, those who even orchestrated the killings of over 5 million people, rewarded themselves, genocidists to murderers, entitled their wearies. Dead and alive, old and young, the Olori Brukus here and there. The Igbos need to go and build bridges, and there are some other Olori Brukus, fools. Ozuo. Give me those ones, What do you call wearies in Igbo again? Ozuo. Which one is Ozuo again, Itiboribo. Which one is Itiboribo? What is Itiboribo again? They said they were building bridges. Handshake across the Niger. The Igbo people don't know how to play politics. The Igbo people are always claiming victims. Nothing man, seriously. I don't know what it is like to be Igbo. Hi. If I be Igbo, and I am witnessing what Nigeria is doing now, Baba, let us be honest too. My own fifth be if he they kind of mad than Nnamdi Kanu. Along. Himpi, Ndiara, Onye Imberibe. Itiboribo. Which one is Iboribo? Iberiberism. If I be Igbo, and this reality of Nigeria is my reality, I must hate myself so much to live in denial and begin to shout one Nigeria, Sha. Oh no. Like you must hate yourself so much that you believe that
a place that evidence abound. Everybody just wants to give one reason to hurt an Igbo man. They'll tell you, I don't like them. And then when they want to, they'll say, there are some good Igbos, Sha. I know, say there are some good Igbos. There are some good Igbos. I even have some of them as my, you have Igbo friends, and you have this view about them. And you are telling yourself that, and those some of them, and you Igbo, you are saying, and some of our people too, that they do too much. Even some of our people too, let us be honest, some of our Igbo people too, that they do too much, everywhere, every time, they always try to, you must hate yourself so much, as Igbo man or woman, trying to fit in, trying to, if I am an Igbo man, Emi Maiyegun Ijebu, that Ijebu boy, that has now become that Ijebu man. If Ijebus are being treated the same way they are stigmatizing Igbos in Nigeria, both in political space and everything, I go there worse than Nnamdi Kanu, that bed me suffering. Alone. Like it will just be like, if I die, I die. What is the essence of living a fake life with fake identity? Nigeria, I'm a Nigerian. But you know it. If they have a chance, everyone is looking for an opportunity to say, to express what they feel about the Igbos. So if they now tell you to start go and build bridges and building bridges with who? Or you are just trying to secure your own ticket, meal ticket. I'm a Nigerian, my brother. See, my brother, I know that Nigeria is going. See, all of you who are talking like that, so I'm not blaming you. I'm saying if it was me, you would treat Yorubas the way they are talking about Igbos in Nigeria. You will talk about Yorubas like that and treat us like that. Are you actually so serious? Like Yorubas will be profiled the way they are profiling Igbos. And you think Nigeria will still be Nigeria the way Nigeria is right now? Are you sure? But the likes of Oji Zokalu, who have managed to break even because of their association with the owners of Nigeria, who doesn't really like them. They staged and waged war against you. You survived the war. And then they began to extend hand of, let's say, okay, I like you. I like you. You come. You are not like others. Oh yeah, you come. Let's show you love. Oh yeah, come here. Let's show you love. Oh yeah, you come here. You are Igbo, Abi? Oh, wow. You must be a very good Igbo. Come here. Let's help you. Let's show you the way. Don't be like your other brothers, though. Okay? Come here. Let's take this. Let's make you a billionaire. What do you want? Let's give you connection. Let's build you. Okay? Belong. Come and join us. So that you can help in entrenching the denier of the marginalization, state-sponsored ethnic cleansing against your people. But when it is time for you to, when you begin to feel like you are bigger than who you are in Nigeria, they will remind you. Look at this one. It is my turn. I am an Igbo man. Igbo people have contributed so much to Nigeria. Igbos are deserve to be this. I want to be president. Wait till they do this one. Wait till they do this one. You don't forget who you be. Because they call you the leaders, elders, Abi. Because they wear red cap, Abi. You the Chris. You don't know your level. You are what we say you are. When we say you are, don't what did they do you? Then tell Oji Zokalu in place. The same way they are street ushers, uneducated, cretins on social media will say to other Igbos everywhere, now we go control you. Now we they rule this place. If you try anything with us, we will deal with you. They reminded Oji Zokalu that listen. All of us, we they did together, they shout leaders, elders, so know your place. Guy called the cry inside. I'm bringing that back for you to react to. He started crying at the Senate yesterday. Valedictory. They call me thief. He was referring to Tinubu. Tinubu will not get any business. He don't get any business, but he's a billionaire stealing money. He was like, they said Tinubu is a saint. They said Tinubu is a saint. Me, they call me a thief. Me, thief. Me, Ojuzo Kalu, thief. After building bridges, so for how many years now? Okorocha built bridges. Where Okorocha today? Ojuzo Kalu built bridges. Where is he today? Who is there inside that rota? Devulumayi build bridges. They say Ojuzo Kalu bridge, then build them with substandard material. Now why the bridge collapse? Baba can't cry. Oh, sorry.
I went through one of my best time in life in the Senate, and also went through one of my difficult periods. Also in this Senate. Before I came to the Senate, before I came into politics, I can buy anything body can buy. I'm not a thief. Those that put me in prison know the reason they put me in prison. They took over all my businesses and want to kill me. But I survived it. I'm in the Senate with you people. It's not the end to what we have done. It's not the end to United Nigeria. It's not the end to Brothers Keeper. But these senators I called were with me. I never lacked. When the PDP that I was governor for 2 terms was being formed, I brought every money they used in forming that party. Every penny in 1997 and 98. And I later became a thief. And people I gave transport money from my house in VI became angels. This is what Nigeria represents. I want to thank my colleagues for giving me these 4 years of uninterrupted support. Because this country is not fair to so many of us. I built this country, I employed 13,800 workers. People employ nobody, and nobody asks them their source of wealth. I have 3 factories in Lagos, Nigeria. I have 2 factories in Ota, build manufacturing. I have 3 factories in Aba, manufacturing, and I'm a thief. And people that cannot explain where their source of wealth comes from, they are not thieves. I leave everything in the hands of God. God.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. Oh. Now you mumu na too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise.
That was all Jews or Kalu. While we were on break, I quickly took a bit of a tour to Facebook. Guess what I saw? One ashiri. I don't know. Or one onyemberibe. One ndiara. Came there. My friend, shut up your mouth. Leave the Igbos alone. What's your business with the Igbos? Leave the Igbos alone. Remove the log in your eyes. Oh, Nikure. I'm talking about your criminal leaders. You don't take them personal. Give me something where I feel talk. The one way strong. Shineke pogi. No, Shineke pogi okude. That's that one strong. That one a curse. Give me one. Give me one where I give that zobo. That bozo. He won't come here, come play the
the usual Ribruku card, Abi. You don't catch feelings. I'm talking about your criminal leaders. You don't catch feelings, Abi. Leave Igbos alone. No. Now you. Make you vamoose come up from here. Enter Kana and don't go enter Kana with your stench. Give me one, I'll use. Chineke Poyo, no, Chineke Pogioku. There. That one I like say Ogbeni Kolon Paidanu or something like that. Unyeuri. Eh? And then somebody said I should call her Kwasia. Anyway, let's leave all of that. Because I'll begin to ask you all for the names. I mean, for the meaning now. You can't throw that around here. Are you with me? Because we all know that now all of us get our criminals from everywhere. We are not proud of our own criminals in Yoruba land. And all my Igbo friends, especially members, brethren of the Temple of Truth, if they have a chance, their own is even like top notch. If they catch their own thief, now beating that they beat them. Then beat Ekweremadu, then beat them, enter prison. So you onyeori, onyemberibe, one con here, con they tell me, say, man, leave Igbos alone. You the mentor. Your mentor, no they here, or you get? Or they read the comments. I've already removed the person anyway. So I just thought I should mention that. You can't play that tribal card with Maiyegun. It doesn't work here. If you try to jump in, it is simply because you are kind of uncomfortable that I'm talking about the rogues that you have a connection with, Abi. You know how you use Zokalu, the ex-convicts. Oh, Nikure. If you understand Yoruba, tell somebody to interpret that for you. Now, going forward, that was him regretting. And you know what people were saying? When you serve Nigeria, you will come back with regrets. If Prince Jejeman, Osita, and the rest called tonight, they will tell you the same thing. Nnamdi Kanu said, go and serve Nigeria and come back in shame. No matter how much money you get from there or they gave to you, you will come back in shame. With the politics of Tinubu and gang, I have told you this many times. You know, there was a time that now war, now fight on social media. Who is Igbo? Who is Biafra? We are not Biafra. We are Akwa Ibom. We are Igala. We are Ijo. We are Yoruba. We are not Biafra. We don't bring us to Biafra. We are not this and wala every day. People they fight themselves say they're not be Biafra. No, you be Biafra. I know. I'm from Kiniko. See, the only place you can hear the truth is on MaiyegunsDiary Politico. I will never lie to you because what's that going to be for me? You're going to find out anyway, won't you? I'm not going to lie to you or deceive you. I am too blunt that when I say things, people will say now fake news because they are so blunt that some people will be like, they're unbelievable. They'll be like, is that true? Is that what Maiyegun talk now? Is it true? No, I don't believe that. It's fake news. It's not true. Few minutes later, it's true, Sha. It's true, Sha. I know Sabi package. I know Sabi sugarcoat something. We be lie. I know Sabi am. That's why I don't bother to remember anything. If I tell you something now, ask me another 10 years. I'll tell you the same thing. That is who I am. I won't lie to you. And whether you are from Akwa Ibom, see, there is a particular map. You see, I'll show you something, right? When Nigeria got independence, okay, this was what Nigeria looked like to the rest of the world. Don't lie. If I am lying, just tell me that I am lying. You have the northern Nigeria. You have the western Nigeria. And you have eastern Nigeria, which is northern region, western region, eastern region. Do you see that map? That's the independent Nigeria map between 1960 and 1963. Are you here? All the places that you call Niger Delta, this and that, blah, 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 today, they were eastern region of Nigeria. Okay? Then Biafra war happened. Everybody started identifying as Nigeria want them to be broken into pieces. And
we have this. So today, this is the color of Nigeria and the landmass, okay? Without using states, so you can see that I'm not using state here. Oh. These are not states. So these are the land and area that these ethnic nationalities, these countries that are forced to become one country in Nigeria today, all of these countries, where they all come from and fuse together. These are their lands. Oh. Okay? Now, as you can see, Yoruba, you see the Igbira, which are close to Yoruba, and Igala, the TVs, the Middle Beltans, the Nupes, the Bayis, the Edos, the Ekon, what do they call it? We'll call you there. The Jokons, the Chambers, the Shekiris, the Yorubas, the Ogonis, and Efik. You see where everybody there, so to those who are on that yellow side, on the left, and the politics that Tinubu is playing, and the APC, all of you from that border where that yellow ended, may I show you again? You see where that yellow ended? All of you from other parts, from Edo going forward, even though they believe that Yorubas and Edo and Benin people, we share so much in common. I mean, historically and everything, oh. You see these criminals and the politics, divisive politics that Tinubu is playing. All of you from this side, you be Igbos, you be Biafrans. Yeah, I know I took so long to tell you what I wanted to tell you. Yeah, it took so long, Abi. All of you there, with the politics that Tinubu is playing, you are all Igbos, and you will be treated same way, the same vile treatment, toxic attack, physical attack, violent attack. And that is going to be your source for the next 8 years. But some people said the court is going to stop him. Amen. Amen to that. Because something needs to stop him. I don't see anything stopping him than death. And death is not in anybody's control. Okay? And you know something? I was just about 7 years old when Olukola, the man that circumcised me. I don't know if I should tell you that anyway, but this story is true. Okay? Olukola. He was a very old man. He was the old man that circumcised me with that knife. Pa! He said, when he was alive, he said, Kílẹ̀ kó tó pa òṣìkà. Gbogbo nǹkan dáadáa ti bàjẹ́. Kílẹ̀ ra pọ̀ òṣìkà. Ohun rere á ti bọ̀jẹ́. Before the wicked finally kick the bucket, a lot of good things, good people, good things would have been destroyed, ruined. Olukola, that's the man who told me that. I was a little boy. So, evil people don't die easily. That's what I'm trying to say. In Ijebu, we had this old, fearful people. We call them Olojubam Derubomo. Olojubam Derubomo. You know what that means? The one with a scary face that you call on to scare your child. Say, I will call, and that child will be terrified. Evil people don't die easily. And before they kick that bucket, you will be counting your losses. So don't put your mind there. Put your mind where you think how to fight this and survive it. At least you survived Buhari. I don't think you will survive Tinubu. With with what is coming. I don't think Nigeria will survive Tinubu. But they are telling you that it's going to bring Nigeria together. It's going to, the democracy dividend that you have been asking for your life, Nigeria is going to give it to you. No, it's not. No, it's not. He who want to fix Nigeria will not rig election or steal election. You know that? He who want to unite Nigerians will never drive religious division and ethnic division. They will not publicly call on people who are non-Yorubas to vacate Yoruba land because of one single man who they said is coming to unite the country. It doesn't work that way. Do you get that? It doesn't work that way. If wishes were horses, all my beggars go ride Jare. Oh, I can talk all night, oh. And that would be unfair. I told you I was going to take calls. I was going to let you speak and, you know. Okay, let me go and make a cup of tea. Okay? Then I'll open the line. Let's talk. Oh, yes, I'm just going to sit down here and speak and talk for the next 3 hours. And a lot of you are not going to tell me, Maiyegun, take calls because you would prefer I keep talking, right? Let's blend it. I've given you enough to also share your views on whatever I have missed. Please help me fill in the blank or the space. I'll go make a cup of tea. I have over 3,000 of us currently at the YouTube chapter of this Temple of Truth. And so far, so good. Only 700 of you have actually paid your offerings. See, your offering is not money. It's not any other thing done. Leave that comment section, okay? Go under this video if you have enjoyed your evening. Sunday sermon with Maiyegun so far. Go under this video. All of you, at least do that for me for the first time. Let me close my eyes and open it and see 1,500 or 2,000 of you on YouTube who have actually shown that. Maiyegun, well done. I know it's impossible. A lot of you are so stingy without your like. I have never seen anything like it before. During the pandemic, we thought a lot of people are doing social distancing. So then I'll be like, it's okay. It is safe. Get closer to the video. Like the video. Social distancing, you are safe. Pandemic is gone for a while. A lot of you are still distancing yourself from the kilo day. It's a matter. They come. I'll go make a cup of tea. When I get back, I'll take calls. I promise.
Continue. 70 years old man. Charade. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Jesus. Is that you? Continue. 70 years old man. Charade. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Jesus. Is that you?
Continue. 70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord.
Hello there.
How you doing, Mr. Maiyegun?
I am
General.
very well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine. I just have to call today. I have a few things to say about Nigerians, especially Yoruba people.
Please go ahead.
They will be on social media and they will saying that share. Baba wa Tinubu, our Baba Oshibo. Ṣé bàbá wọn tí tó ń yàgbẹ́ sára tó ń gbé diaper àbí èwo ni? What kind of foolishness is that? And they talk as if, is that part of respect? Baba wa, which Baba wa are they talking about?
Or respect themselves?
These people, I don't know. What is this about these Yoruba people? I don't know. Are we that? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, God. I just don't understand it. They'll be, share. Hold the Baba wa. As if that.
I mean, they gave when I saw Igboho boys at the inauguration of Kolu in Abuja, my phone dropped from my hand, Baba. When I saw these guys, we dread people where we pay money or people where we pay, what do you call it? That we give over 5 million naira to because DSS, they look for them. Baba, I saw them at Kolu's inauguration. They don't wear Ashiwaju. I was like, oh, mo.
This is what makes me mad about Yoruba.
It's crazy.
I think, okay, is that part of respect to them? That's respecting the men that don't care about them. I don't understand it. One day once they'll be on social media, Baba share. I mean, I'm like, what is this one normal?
It is unfortunate. But it is Nigeria. I'm not surprised.
Well, let somebody else call in.
Bless you, man.
Thank you for
it as well. Nice one, Ma, take another call. Here we go. Hello there. Can you hear me? You are live already?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, ma. How are you?
I'm so happy. Oh my God. That I'm able to talk to you.
Yes.
Oh, my friend introduced this channel to me.
Right.
And since then, I've been glued to every time I can call him. I say, is Maiyegun on? Is he on? He will say, I don't sleep. I'm telling you.
Well, now you and I are talking, ma. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm in London. I'm in Europe.
Beautiful.
One thing I want to say.
Yes, ma'am.
I love your program.
Thanks, ma'am.
Oh, it's the best.
Thank you.
I don't know much about Nigeria at all, but now that I'm listening to your political statements and everything.
Yes.
Oh my God! I just said to myself, "Is this Nigeria? Is this where I came from?" You understand? It opened my eyes to so many things. Thank you very much for showing this. The other thing I want to say, this woman, Remi Tinubu, she said something recently, maybe 2-3 days. She said, which I was so upset about. She said, "Oh, we have money in our house, in our family already." Where did they get the money? Were they born with the money?
Yeah.
When they came to this world in their mom's womb, did they bring the money out? They say, this is me. This is with money.
No,
this
they didn't.
Is Nigerian money.
Yes.
So why is she talking that in our family we don't need money from Nigeria? Okay, are they not being paid money for transport, living, upkeeping, and so on? They are getting it, isn't it? So
I mean, it is actually insulting, ma. You know why it is so insulting, ma, right? This is coming from a family, It's coming from a family who have annexed the the account of a whole state, Lagos State, to their family account. But it's an insult. They do that all the time. We don't need your money. We have our money. Hello, what do you do for a living? Politics.
Exactly. Exactly. So where did I get the money? And it's part of my mom, my dad, everybody.
Yes. Money, resources,
they
commonwealth,
so,
all our money.
Exactly. Exactly. And my dad will go from Ijebu to Abeokuta to receive pension, and from Abeokuta to Lagos, he won't get anything. I still have to give him money for transport, but nothing until he's dead. So tell me, and she has the mouth to say, we don't need your money.
Yes.
It's insulting.
It is.
Thank you very much. I love this program. Keep it up.
I appreciate all the support, ma. Thank you.
I hope when Tinubu is off, I believe it's going to be off. It's going to look, when they disgrace him and take him out of the presidential villa or whatever, it's going to be another issue for Nigeria.
I can't wait to see that happen, because this man will create a physical war that has never happened before between the Igbos and Yoruba, and it is inevitable. It's cooking already. And a lot of us would, you know something, ma? Some people don't even know that. The reason why I'm actually doing this and talking more about this obvious, sponsored, divisive rhetorics, ma, is that I know that if nothing is done, Tinubu and co, they are already building the mind of our young people, not to hate other people, but to go physical with them, including even if they have to attack them. Now, if that is done, now if people are going to respond the same manner, ma, with MaiyegunsDiary Politico, when everybody understands that this is actually politics, a lot of Yorubas who initially wanted to take up defense in fighting the Igbos, thinking they are defending Yoruba land, through MaiyegunsDiary Politico, they realize that Tinubu is only trying to set Yorubas against the Igbos in order to maintain his relationship with the North and then keep power. It's never in Yoruba's interest. Never in our interest.
It's going to fail.
Amen to that.
It's going to fail.
Thank you so much, ma. You should have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and you too. Bye-bye.
Yes, goodbye. So I have another caller. You know, one thing about MaiyegunsDiary Politico is to make you realize that if you get played by these politicians, now your fault. You cannot pretend that you are falling under tribal card, religious card, and every other hateful rhetorics that these guys are spewing out there. Yeah, you can't say you fall for them when you actually know those behind them. When you even know the end goal of what they are doing, you'll be so kind of foolish to be deceived by any Yoruba this, Igbo that in this today's Nigeria, even before it gets worse. My caller. Hello there. Well, I kind of took that call, but it seems my caller felt like maybe I didn't. Well, I have another caller on the line. Yes, sir. How are you?
General.
Yes, sir.
I did. Bode Thomas, Lati, Nigeria.
You are calling from the way to Bode Thomas calling from Nigeria. Or Bode calling from Bode Thomas? Which one?
Bode Thomas calling from Nigeria.
A whole Adugbo. Now only you dey bear a whole Adugbo. Anyway, that's a good one, Bode. Bodmas. How you doing, Baba?
I did, Baba. I just want to tell our Igbo brothers, we Yorubas, we don't have problem with them.
We don't.
We don't have problem with them. It is Tinubu dynasty that want to cause chaos problem among us. They should understand that. They are playing politics. They should understand.
Tell them. But are you there? That is, in fact, why I believe that Bode is calling from Nigeria. Bode is still on the line with me, but the line is dead. Hello. Oh. And Bode may not have a chance of calling back anyway. Okay, let me take another one. Sorry there, my dear brother. The message is already passed anyway, but I hope I'll get you back again. Hello there. Can you hear me? Okay. Now, here is another thing, right? If you're calling on to MaiyegunsDiary Politico, please listen to your phone, not the broadcast.
There are people who call in and they will be waiting for their voice to come up on the TV. There's a little bit delay, okay? The streaming. But can you hear me? Hello there. What is wrong with everybody? Okay, I think they just kept dropping. So I am going to have to take another one. If you are calling in, right, I advise, please listen to the phone. I know it's kind of, sometimes it's like a lottery. So if you don't even believe that you're going to get through, right? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
MaiyegunDiary, now you be number one. MaiyegunDiary.
How are you, ma?
My brother, you were the first person I started following. Then I entered into Koiki, and then I hung on Simon Ekpa.
Oh.
Let me tell you, just like I told them.
Yes, ma'am.
Just like I told Simon Ekpa before. Me, I'm not. Education was not my background for me.
Oh.
Nothing. And I started. It was you I started following, and then I'll be listening to your story. The thing is, your story is telling people to be wise before tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, know what you have to know now before the day breaks, so that when they bring the light to you, you will already be ready to know that it is light. And then each time I think that I'm understanding this, I will just be like, oh my God. When people who are educated, master degree, they are calling to talk or whatever, and then I'm looking at myself, or I'll be telling people outside about what you guys are doing. They'll just be looking at me like this, like, when do you start? I'm telling you, you people just like open this dead skull, dead brain that just exists just to talk nonsense and all that. And then you people are just putting the right thing in there for us.
Which is
so
much needed.
And look, see you for the next 1 or 2 hours and just sitting down, I'll be like, what is this? But it's like you are creating the right foundation for us tomorrow.
Yes.
You are telling them that don't let anybody tell you that Igbo is your enemy.
Yes.
And when I listen to it, like you hear somebody telling, a Yoruba telling another Yoruba that Igbo is your enemy just for their own profit. Honestly. I mean, that is wickedness in the high places.
That's right.
But when I listen to you, hey, and then with Simon Ekpa, see, you people need to make a master degree for us that don't have the degree.
You are already a graduate, ma. When people are already asking you outside, God, where are you getting all of this thing from, ma? How do you know all of this?
You people don't even understand, or you don't. I said, this person here, the brain na coconut. When I say coconut head, na coconut head. But when I talk now, and they make sense.
You get?
Like
nobody can shut you up anymore, ma, by asking you stupid questions or blackmailing you, because you get answer now. Now them come they ask you, say, where you they get all these things from? That's exactly what we want. When people,
the reason why I'm even shouting like this, hey, Jesus, because like 2-3 years ago, we're talking about Biafra. Simon Ekpa came into the picture and he has his template.
Yes.
He's talking about it, and then I'll be hearing all these things like don't be in their war.
It's like a flood of information. Excuse me. It's like flood of information dumping on your lap every now and then, and you can do whatever you like with it. It feels good, man. You're honest. I mean,
it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like human being. Make me feel like person with sense. And it's only a go.
Like as it should be.
Can you come and make noise? No. It's to make sense. Not too much. God will bless you.
Amen.
God will bless you. God will bless Simon Ekpa.
Amen.
God will bless every one of you
Amen,
that is making our head to correct.
Bless you.
Not that we are not talking. To make our head to just pay.
God bless you, man. You should have a good one, eh? Thank you so much, ma. Eh? Thank you, ma.
To award it. Thank you so much.
Bless
God
you.
bless you.
And you too. Take care, ma. So I have another caller on here. And yes, hello there.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Maiyegun from Warri.
Say that again. Oh, I don't get what Warri man here. Oh. Eh?
Yes. Everything when you talk about, my name is Maiyegun Diary. I call you from Birmingham.
From Birmingham.
I've been
all the way from Warri too. Please.
I don't listen to you for the past. I don't listen to you for the past 5 years. I did quiet under the scene.
Bless you.
I did very quiet under the scene. They listen to you.
Thank you.
And everything where you they talk, not gospel truth. My family, my children, everybody know you. Say Maiyegun. Now God go bless you for everything you've been doing.
Amen.
You understand?
Thank you.
Now God go bless you. The gospel truth. Now you they talk. With all these companies where they talk about for Warri, when you talk about Warri, all now gospel truth. All the companies they for any road for Warri, they don't take youth and everything. Buhari came from nowhere, scatter everything with the youth, kidnap and everything. As they talk to you, not Warri don't die. There's no life in Warri.
And it didn't happen overnight. Oh. It happened gradually.
Gradually. Yes. It happened gradually. Now, the same thing will happen for Lagos. So.
They are pushing Lagos to that too now. But they don't believe it's going to happen.
Yes.
But again, we hope.
It's definitely going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. As they kill Warri, so they'll still kill Lagos like that with this then tribal this thing. So thank God for your life. Say you they open our eyes to see the truth.
Thank you.
And the truth where you talk so, now God go bless you.
Amen. Oh.
We go keep the follow you. We'll keep the follow you to the truth. I will follow you under the sin. Anything not go do you.
I believe and I appreciate.
Whatever you lay your hand, it go grow.
Amen. Amen.
You understand? We all with the worship, we did behind you.
I know.
I did Birmingham for about 20-something years.
God bless you, sir. I hope I run into you.
So they listen to
I'll
you.
just be like, hey, I'm in Birmingham, sir. You in?
Oh, definitely. Anytime, just call Darren. Call Darren. My name, my number, I did call you all the time, but I know if you get through. But I said today I must try. Finally, I did.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. My regards to the family, okay? Just tell them.
Thank you. God will bless Agbeke.
Right?
Bless the children.
Yeah, tell them, you know, I'm going to say this to them in case if they are watching too, okay? Daddy has delivered your goodwill message to me as well. I wish I could possibly just see you, everyone right now, but I know I can't. But you can see me, all right? So continue to be good there. Good
yes, I can see you.
The old man. Thank you, sir. Thank
you very much. Thank you.
One, sir. All right?
God bless you.
And you
Thank
too.
you.
Now, let's go to the next person. And if you haven't really kind of liked the video, you should. Hello, sir.
Yes, hi, good evening. This is Gordon from Jersey.
Oh, Abby from Jersey. How are you doing today, sir?
Good, how about you?
Well, I'm here, trying to be me all the time. Thanks for asking. So what's going on?
Sir, you're doing a great job. As in, you don't know what you do for us or for years.
Thanks, Baba.
You're doing a great job. Like this, all these politicians for Nigeria, where we say that they try use people head. Where the people where they use their head going, they don't realize say the people, these thieves, they use ethnic and tribe to divide them.
See, Abby, I was like, anybody we won't talk say they love Yorubas so much, yeah? What about saying something that makes Yorubas, right, different from the rest of Nigeria? Things like, I don't get money to go to school. I be Yoruba. I can go to any school I want in the world because I can access it. Because
exactly. I mean, these people
like
don't create jobs. They don't even create jobs for the people. They only create agberos to
So
just
how
the
could somebody who took away all things that could make life meaningful for me turn around and say is fighting for me because some Igbos who paid and bought their land, non-Yorubas who paid and bought their lands in Yoruba land, built houses, businesses. They are the reasons why me as a Yoruba, I have no value. And I will believe such person. How does that work?
Wow. I don't understand, man. I grew up in Lagos. I have Igbo friends. I have friends from other tribes.
From primary school to secondary school.
We grew up together, like from primary school, secondary school to university, like nothing like this, but these Tinubu people and clowns of supporters we believe say if you just wake up one day, they tell Yoruba say, oh, bye like on Igbo yìí ó fẹ́ wá gbalẹ̀ wa ó fẹ́ wá gba ta ló talẹ̀ fáwọn Igbo in the first place, ta ló ń talẹ̀ fún wọn.
Àwọn olójoogun lé bàbá wọn tó ń gbélé bàbá wọn ta. They parents wọn bá ti kú, they sell the properties. Who did they sell all those things to?
Ó sún mi o, ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ethnic ni wọn lórí Twitter o. Anything tí anybody wá sí from other tribe ni Yorùbá fẹ́ ṣe báyìí sí o. I say Twitter, they say everything o. Anything now.
Nah,
like
tribal fight o. Abi, if you go out there, if you talk say you be Yoruba now. If you go there, you say, I love pepperish food. Or you say something like, oh, I don't like pepperish food. Some people will just jump at you and say, now so Yorubas did. Then you will see other Yorubas. You this Igbo, this. Before you know it, now just the food we talk about. They don't talk to tribal thing.
I swear.
And it's going to get worse.
And the thing where they start, I just hope say their family self go suffer the pain where they go chop out of the breakfast where they serve all of us like this. I hope say their family go chop out of themselves. But I just wanted to say I'm a big supporter. Like anytime when you come America, just let us know. We dey here. We go come see you.
See, I won't go ask them for your
visa. We dey here, and even if anytime when you come around, here we go organize, you go come. Anywhere, even if not New York, you day, if not ATL, you day.
I'll tell you where I won't go, right? I'll tell you my area where I won't go. Now, ATL, I don't know what I won't go to there. But you know me now, as a typical Jebu boy, I don't get up for mine. I'll say it publicly now, okay? My uncle lives in Texas, so definitely I'm going to be in Texas, right?
Sure, we're going to come. We're going to go down south, anywhere.
I know say traveling within America is like traveling from one country to another too. So I get that in mind.
So it's a very big place. But anyway, regardless, you be our own person, so we guys can support you. We don't have a lot of people speaking out. We don't have a lot of people speaking out for us right now. No politician they represent any Yoruba. They just stay there to fight for themselves and themselves alone. Nobody's representing us. Nobody's speaking out for us. They're just there to steal for themselves and their family. So why we want to support something we say we know, say no be we that they draw for, say now for themselves that they draw for.
It's impossible.
I mean, it don't make no sense. Why I go believe say one stupid elder say Tinubu don't be my elder. Pastor Lam don't be my elder.
Nah.
There be all those people, there be crooks, there be thieves. They're supposed lock them up for somewhere.
People and I don't want to inherit their enemies. You get
people will not invent anything.
Politicians, I'm not going to inherit their enemies when I'm not benefiting.
Why would I inherit your enemy when I don't benefit anything? People will not even invent anything. We just become billionaire overnight. So we can't tell people say
I go come come up.
Maiyegun, God bless you. Make allow another person call him. God bless you, bro. God bless you, man.
See, people in New Jersey, New York, I want to come to that Madison Square Garden. Where is that again? Madison Square Garden or Wall Street, whatever. I don't know. I had them in my head. Hello there. I shall they come New York.
Hello.
Hello, ma. How are you?
How are you, Maiyegun?
I am very well.
I just want to say well done.
Thanks, ma'am.
You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
May the Lord bless you.
Amen. Thank you, ma'am.
May He lift you up in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Well done, eh?
Thanks, ma'am.
Bye.
All right. I love that. Where somebody just calling us, I just want to pray for him. I don't want to say much. I just want to pray for him. I love that. Thank you. You delivered, man. I have another caller, and this is my one name. I am the one name. He is my one name.
One name the number. One name the one name bra bra.
Osita, how are you, sir?
You are the Igwe.
You know how many titles I get almost all the time. Thank you.
No. Do you know on Sundays they are supposed to be called Igwe? You know?
Right. So I should wear that Igwe title on Sundays, right?
On Sundays.
I'll remember that. Osita, Baba, how was your day? How's your weekend, by the way?
It was all good. I've been sleeping. I woke up. So I know anytime your program comes up, I will definitely.
That's one of your itinerary weekend, right?
But you're not going to come to America without getting to Atlanta, because Atlanta is the new America. Ask anybody.
I know.
So the reason I can prove to you that it's the new America, it has the most busiest local airport in the world, not in America.
So there's so much traffic to Atlanta all the time, yeah?
So if you don't come to don't say you came to America.
I didn't come to America. You know what, right? I am going to tell them I just want them to give me their visa. If they give me, Osita, we'll go.
There's nothing like it. They will give.
No, they have to. I know.
You.
You see, Osita, I'll tell you one thing, right?
You know one thing?
Osita, I'll tell you one thing quickly, yeah? You see, when I am driving on the motorway, right? And there is let's say a truck that looks like a tanker.
Yeah.
You know, that like a fuel tanker is in front of me. And we are in traffic. Like we are going slow. You see, there is always this Nigeria in me, PTSD, that says I should leave the back of that tanker before it explodes or lose its brake. You get that? So there's still part of me that says, even though I have everything they will ask me for to get the visit visa to America, I see that Nigeria in me. That what if they just look at me and say I look like a thug or something? What if something? Here you get. But until it happens, don't blame me.
There's something I need you to understand here. You are a global icon now. You are not just a real Nigerian icon.
Right.
Or African icon.
We are going to protest.
Global
if they don't give me visa,
so that's not.
I'll tell all of you. I'll give all of you the address. All of you, my friends in the US, to start sending email to the American embassy in the UK in Belfast, and they will start receiving all your. You denied Maiyegun visa. You the crazy. You better call him back. You get. We don't know. Osita, you've heard all about today. Where do you want to pick it from? What we are seeing, like I was telling somebody yesterday, and the person was saying, that we were coming from somewhere, and he said, that Kolu is going to show them Shege, that the Northerners are crying, that he's doing a good job. I looked at him and I looked at him and I looked at him. We were four in the car, and I looked at him and I asked him, is he going to show them Shege? Is that the reason he was brought into that place, or the reason he's there to come and show people Shege, or to affect the life of those ones that needs to be affected positively? Some are even saying, they are saying that Tinubu is not Buhari. That all of these people who are calling Buhari, gibbering, who are abusing Buhari all the time, Tinubu will teach all of us a lesson, especially the Igbos. How do you unite a country by threatening them, Osita?
Yeah. So, and I said to him, I said, just look at the way we've been so divided. And the divisive has been the stamp on us. And if we are truly Nigeria, am I going to be happy that a president, because he comes from one particular part of the country, instead of him choosing technocrats, those that are best for the job, he will decide to do it based on ethnicity? I said it is because we are not one. I've always preached it, even amongst my groups here. In my club, I've always said that. Undermine that we'll have a social club here whereby people from different clans, we are there. But I told them, there's a day we were talking, and I said, all of us is not one. If you want to know that all of us is not one now, I will just tell you now that, your people, the kind of food you eat is not good enough. And you will see everybody's going to come against me.
Everybody's going to lose it straight away.
They will lose it straight away. So I said, this is the problem.
I mean, we cannot even joke anymore. We cannot even joke and say,
we can't even joke.
No. If you do that these days, you will start tribal war.
I remember those days when we were growing up, in the Keja.
Mm-hmm.
We move, those days there's nothing like flat. It is room to room. That's the kind of house we are.
Yes, now face me.
And we were living in that Alaji's house there. I remember that time I should be like about 4 years of age, 4 or 5 years of age. My landlady, Yagba, the woman will call my dad. He will call my dad. He will say, "Oma Jakutama Momi." My dad will laugh. My dad will now say, "Iyamo Kobo Kobo." You know all the, but there was
nothing attached.
That was a joke.
Yeah,
that was cracking of reeds.
You can't do that anymore now. No, you can't.
Everybody was laughing. But now you can't do that anymore. So you now think that because of Buhari did it, then if Tinubu is doing it, that means it is right.
Yes, no, that's to them.
I said, you see the way we behave? He's going to be there for 8 years. Another tribe will take over, then another tribe will do it. How do you create a progressive environment?
Society.
You have a progressive society. I tell you one thing, I want to come to Lagos. The reason they are doing all these things in Lagos, let me tell you the truth.
Tell us.
Because they think it happened in Warri. It happened in Warri. I think it happened in Calabar as well. They think that it cannot happen in Lagos. The reason is they think it cannot happen in Lagos. If you ask them, they will say, the seaport is in Lagos. That is the reason. Because in their campaign, they talked about it, that the reason they don't want Obi is because if Obi gets, he will go and build, he will go and build
in the east.
Seaport in the east.
That's what they said, though. I mean, you are right. So they were campaigning and they said, if Obi should become president, this is why Yoruba. Oh man, that
even to find out that they are hypocrites. They even said that the Igbos will leave Lagos. That was what they said.
No. Say it this way, Osita. Say it this way. They said Igbos, they left Eastern Nigeria to come and take over Lagos, right? But they said if Obi become president, he's going to open up the Eastern port, which means all the Igbos who are paying taxes and businesses in Lagos, they will move back home. So because of that, don't vote for Obi. Then now, Kolu is rigged in. They're now making law to say everybody should go back to where they come from because they know Kolu will not open the seaport in the east. Do you see the hypocrisy?
He's not going to do that. Even the ones he said he was going to open in which state in the west? He said he promised one state in the west. I didn't know if it is Osun State.
No,
Ondo.
It's Ondo. They want to because
he's
Ondo also a larger community in Ondo. They have access to the same ocean, the same.
Do you know why he's not going to do it?
No.
Yes, the reason he's not going to do it is he looked at Ondo, that Ondo is close to the east. He's not going to do it. He just used those things to campaign. So what I'm trying to let us know here is that no matter how we keep seeing all these things, all these things will keep playing out. That we are not one. We cannot, there's no way we can curtail it. No. It is better that we go our separate ways. If I decide I want to come to Lagos to live, I will come to Lagos. I will get the whole necessary legal documentation to make me to live in Lagos. Then after some years, if I decide I want to become a national citizen of the Yoruba land, then I can do that. Like you are saying here, I was watching a program yesterday in Dr. Damages. I was just listening. they were dragging who owns Lagos and who doesn't own Lagos. Everybody knows that the Edos, the Benins will always want to claim that, oh, Lagos, we own Lagos. But the truth is that they conquered Lagos. When you conquer a place, doesn't mean, after all, the British conquered us, but doesn't mean that British owns Nigeria, right? So, in so doing, the guy asked them a question. Now that it is between you and Yoruba, the Awori, between the Benin and Aworis, who is now saying, who owns Lagos? Did an Igbo man come to you to tell you that he owns Lagos?
They said, the Igbos are saying that, you know, Lagos is no man's land. And I was like, does that take away the fact that Lagos is
the man that said that
listen
thing?
To politicians who know that saying
yes,
no man's land
yes, the politician that said that thing said it because
it was Jack Conde. It was Jack Conde that first used no man's land. Lagos is no man's land.
No,
in 1982, it was Jack Conde.
No, Jack Conde used it. No, but in the 80s, I mean in the 70s.
Right.
Between the 60s and the 70s, when we received independence.
Right.
There is one Igbo man, I think Jaja Nwachukwu, I don't want to contradict myself.
Right.
He was the one that used that word in the parliament.
Okay.
What he was trying to say that time, he was trying to woo people into Lagos and say it's no man's land, that everybody should come in and invest. It wasn't today. It wasn't today. Lagos was a colony of its own. So it is bound to become a mega city. That was what he said. And Baba Jakonde, of blessed memory, I love that man because I knew what that man did in my life. The man was the one that said that thing during the 80s. So all these things they are doing, what people don't understand about Tinubu, like you said, that you pointed out immediately that people have not seen anything.
No.
PDP will have faction. LP will have faction. Even if you don't take time, even if our program here that you anchor, that you are the
you will see another Maiyegun faction. That will
you
say,
will see another Maiyegun faction if it is possible.
Fake. Another one don't they? Yes, now everybody could get
but
faction.
the reason they cannot see, the reason that they cannot see, it is because 99.99% of us here share in your dream.
Yes.
We are a provision for the vision that you have provided. So that is the reason it's not going to be possible, because anybody that comes in here will wipe that person out.
Any other one is going to be a counterfeit or sitter.
So anyway, that is what they will bank on. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you so much, Osita. I kind of, I'm rounding it up little by little, by the way. I'm so sorry that took longer. And you know, Osita kind of can take longer. And I always throw my banter. Same with Prince Shege man, who is on the line. Hello there.
Hello, Baba. Maiyegun General.
The Prince. How are you?
Baba, with the hail your presidential salute.
Thank you.
We can't thank you enough now. You know that one. You know, your program is saving lives.
Thank you.
Yeah, Baba.
I have this map I put up. It's a world map. So I want to show the, what do you call it? The shoreline of what Lagos is currently, Lagos has been enjoying for political reason, right? Okay. That if they decide to let everybody just do their own thing, for Lagos to turn to worry, it won't even take 10 years. You know what I mean? Now you can talk, Prince Shege man. But I just want people know. Okay. You see these blue parts on your screen? That's the water. That's the Atlantic Ocean. It's not limited to Lagos. See other places that also share the same Atlantic Ocean that could have their own seaports. Including till you get to what do they call them? Liberia. But Prince Shege man,
Baba,
please.
I'm not gonna talk like when my bad talk.
So sorry.
That's why I keep silent.
Go for it, Baba.
Yeah, I want to start with Ojo Zokalo. You know, where the art drama for us. You see, what I noticed is that he has a bam on his hand. You know, he just rubbed that balm on his eyes and water started coming out. So that one I himself he dey deceive. I think say I make him cry blood now. Crocodile tear. If you serve the zoo, you will come back in shame. How many times him now they can't go tell him. But instead, as in the talk self, he never even they think of coming back as a prodigal son. You know, waiting they thinking of now how they whether they could go call for table. We ain't go shop. Now even they think as they no give a table this time around. If he come anyone that falls to the ground, he can manage. That's why he's crying.
Anything most deadly because Nigeria is so unfair to them.
I'm telling you, still can you imagine?
Unfair to all of
you
us,
see that man you see is the most deadliest politician in Nigeria, not even in the East. That's what Joseph Carlos. The most deadliest. You know, only himself now you know. You know, even people in middle family self, you know, tell anybody if you want that.
Yeah.
But we pack inside your own one corner. Maiyegun general. Yes, you see, Nnamdi Kanu used to make one proverb. He said that when you kick a frog up, you are helping that frog to fly, not that you are punishing that frog. Okay, you understand? That is the interpretation in Igbo. Okay.
When
you see, you know,
I think you are doing it, but no, you are actually helping to fly.
Exactly. So any punishment they are trying to give an Igbo man in this one deadly Nigeria that they've coupled together at all cost, you know, anyhow, anyway, Igbo man should be on. They exclude them from government. They leave a commerce for them. Anything they bring in, whether a toothpick, now if you any tax to charge him, he will add it into the money before he give you the final price. I believe so. Now so now,
yes,
you see Maiyegun general.
Yes,
Leave Kolu. It's a train when no get break. Where the end, no be disaster.
Now disaster.
You see the leg where they take start.
You know, they say train will losing break. Now danger to itself, danger to anything where they in road, and in total it go end in disaster. So
I'm telling you, Maiyegun. You see the leg where you and in gang of thugs they go.
Yeah.
If you last for Aso Rock 6 months, you get 9 lives. You understand me? Because already from this good morning, where they bring subsidy down for house, you can't even go out of your house because there's no money for transportation. Everything is now in the sky.
Say school now in Nigeria. Some people are already considering that students should only come to school 3 days a week, not 5 days anymore. Workers should come to work 3 days a week because they can't increase their salary and pay them. And they don't want them to be spending all their money on transportation. Okay? So they are using everything.
Now madness now.
Next 4 years or 8 years, generation. I don't know.
Maiyegun general. You know what you are there, beg them.
Hey.
Make them quick. Help us because our prayer be say, make everybody. You see, as Nigeria day. Thank God, as they kidnap now and they can, now they help, they know if you patch anything. You know, the more they want to patch to hide some things, the more it's opening. Everybody's eye is opening now. Seriously. I think they gave me Maiyegun. See, wait till they beg them, make them do quick. Make them start anything where they want to start. Every law.
Yeah.
I want to tell Dangote, making go carry a refinery for head though, because we are ready to carry our container for head. There will be no trailer to tow container.
You get?
Now, he go carry, everybody go carry, we go carry a refinery for a head. We will carry our container and the engine of our motor.
Yes.
For head, they run. Everybody go carry it home for head, they run. Now so it go be this time around. And there is no. As they want to put down for Lagos, you don't go ahead for Lagos alone.
No.
36 states of Nigeria, including Abuja. Let everybody make the same law. Make everybody carry their things for their house for head. They wrong go your back to where you come from. Yeah, not be the prayer what would the praise is now. Make a Duduwa nation come, make a Biafra nation come. Now our prayer is now Maiyegun general. They help us. They help us now. Now they help. Then be this. Now, obedience now.
Stop, eh? Now that one will go gather beats. Anybody wait
I'm telling you,
this thing, all this thing you are doing is going to beat Nigeria. All of you stop it, we go gather beat you.
No. Including obedience. You see obedience now. We invest everything, all their life.
I'll tell you that of the obedience. You see the obedience are going through the training now. Okay, at the end of this whole process, by the time we tell them, say, let's break up Nigeria, they go agree. Anybody we know agrees, they go join us. We go join and beat them until we break them. But now time, Prince Shege man. Take another one. And please, tell our people to keep Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their prayers. The news from his, the same DSS denying.
Hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you, Charade.
So I hope our people.
Thank you, Baba.
Well, I believe we will never give up anyway. So thank you, Prince Shege man. This is where I'm going to draw the curtains. My time is so long.
Baba.
And thank you to every one of you. I wish we could do more. Don't worry, we'll do that more next time. I promise I'll probably start taking calls earlier enough. But it's been very much an interesting night, okay? A lot of us have kind of, enjoyed this, I would say, I believe. And if you actually did enjoy this, you should see me here some other time, which means good night to every one of you. I will see you next time. Don't leave without liking the broadcast, by the way. And if you have done that already, don't do it again. Right? Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá ayé ẹ̀sùn rájú aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o ayé ẹ̀sùn rájú òkúra olóṣèlú ayé ẹ̀sùn.